today's video is going to be a tag video that I was tagged by another YouTuber, but before we get started, I have a little bit of explaining to do. Yes, my hair is what I just got out of the shower. You guys know that I do not like pink. As a matter of fact, I can hardly stand pink. I know that a lot of girls are, just really girly, they like pink, and that's fine, but for me personally, I might be out of the stereotype, but I always feel like it's never been a color that I've been drawn to. As a matter of fact, I don't like it at all. So, needless to say, my boyfriend and I were in an argument, and we were debating on whether or not Timbuktu existed. Because, whenever we're driving, I'm always like, oh my god, I don't want to go there, that's in Timbuktu. Or when I was little, my mom would be like, oh, I don't want to drive you out there, that's in Timbuktu, Cassie. And I always thought that Timbuktu was just this made-up name of like a place that didn't actually exist. It's just like, oh, it's in Timbuktu, like it's wherever. My boyfriend, on the other hand, was saying, no, Timbuktu is a real place. It totally exists. And I was like, no, it doesn't. And he was like, yes, it does. And I was like, no, it doesn't. And he was like, yes, it does. And I was like, no, it doesn't. And he was like, yes, it does. I'll bet you. And I was like, fine, then I'll bet you. So we got into a bet that whether or not Timbuktu existed before I was going to Google it on my phone. So I was like, no, it doesn't. He was like, yes, it does. I was like, okay, so if he lost the bet, he was going to have to walk into a store and go shopping with me in high heels. We're both about the same height, and my feet are about as big as his, so I was like, you can wear a pair of my heels into the store. And he was like, fine, well, if I win, then you have to wear pink in your next video. And he knows that I hate pink, so I was like, fine, you're on, because I totally know that Timbuktu doesn't exist. So I get on my phone and I Google this stuff, and what do you know, Timbuktu is like a place in West Africa. I was like, what the freakadeek? So needless to say, I lost the bet, but that's not it, like it's not over. So I was like, okay honey, okay, I'll wear this shirt in my next video, and I held up a shirt from my closet, because I don't have anything that's like pink. I have a shirt that has a little bit of pink flowers on it, and I have a shirt that has pink but it has gold on it. And he was like, no, none of those work. I was like, why not? They have pink in them. He was like, no, those are like not totally pink, they're like a blush pink, and they don't even look pink. I was like, so they're still pink? And he was like, no, they're also, they're patterns and they have different colors in them. I was like, what are you saying? And he was like, you have to go wear something that's totally pink. I was like, are you kidding me? So we go to the store, and I was like trying to pick out something that was pink, and I was trying to get colors that were like not totally pink, not totally girly, and he kept on saying no, no, no. I was like, are you kidding? So he just went over and he picked out this shirt for me. And I don't know about you guys, I know my hair is dripping all over it, whatever. And I'm wearing sweatpants because I feel super cool. He picked out this shirt for me, and oh my god, maybe some of you guys like it, maybe it's a very, very girly shirt, but for me, I'm just like, oh my god, are you kidding? So, that is why I'm wearing a pink shirt, because Timbuktu exists, and I just had to explain that to you because I've told you guys 100 million times that I do not like the color pink at all. So without further ado, we're going to get to this personality tag. This was something that I was tagged to do. I don't remember the girl, but I'll link it in the bottom tab. She was really sweet. I watched her video. It was super fun. She tagged me to do it, and I was like, okay, I'll try. I don't know if other people have done this or not, but you guys know that I like to sit here and listen to your video requests and make them happen, so that is what I'm going to do. And for those of you who were wondering, yes, Timbuktu exists. So the first question is, and I'm going to link all the questions in the bottom tab because you guys know that I love to see it when you do these tags as well. It's like a really great way for us to connect together and me to get to know you. So please do it. Leave it in the, I'll leave the questions in the bottom tab, and I would love to see your video responses. So the first question is, what is your background? I am like the weirdest person in the world. Technically, my mom's side is half Italian and half like jumble of everything. My grandfather on my mom's side has, he's mainly European, but he has Chinese, he has Egyptian, he has like all this crazy stuff that's like if you looked at him, you couldn't tell that he had Vietnamese and Chinese and Egyptian. He looks just like a European guy, but no, he's got Russian and Egyptian, all this stuff. My grandma on my mom's side, who is not here anymore, my grandma Jean, she was completely Italian. So my mom and then me, I'm a little bit of that. Now my dad, his parents were both a total jumble of things. We're talking Canadian, I don't even know if that counts. Some kind of Canadian, they're French, they're European, they're this, they're that, a little bit of African, a little bit of Pacific Islander, all this kind of stuff. And but mainly European. Only because of the World War II, my grandparents migrated to Argentina where they met each other. They grew up in like Russia, Ukraine, 40 miles away from each other, and they met thousands of miles away in Argentina. So my dad was born in Argentina. So whenever I asked my dad as a child, Dad, what's your background? Like for school paperwork, for school projects, he would always say, oh honey, I'm Argentinian, or you know, I'm Southern American, you know, I'm Spanish. I was like, okay, Daddy, thank you. And I grow up to realize he's not Argentinian or Spanish. Like, yes, he was born there, and I totally embrace that, you know, culture, but he's, oh my God, there's people coming down my driveway. What is this? But he's only like this much, they're really creeping me out. I'm gonna go deal with this. Un momento. Ah, you see? I do embrace the culture. Freaky-deakin' tree people, like, no, I'm sorry, I don't want my trees cut. Okay, we live in the city, in the town, but we live up on a hill and down a huge driveway, and we're like completely separated from anyone else. So to even get down here, you have to bust through a gate, you have to like drive like down a cliff and then up a cliff and then back down a cliff, and it's like impossible to get here. So why are tree people coming? Anyways, so my background is a very, very big mix of things, mainly European, mainly Italian, but a bunch of these little everything else's, so I just call myself a European mutt. But my dad is technically born in Argentina, and I do have a slight bit of Argentinian, Chile, we have a little bit of Brazilian, Costa Rican, we have little tiny pieces of that from my mom's dad's side, but none from my dad's side. But I grew up thinking my dad was like a total Spaniard. I was like, oh, my dad's Spanish. Anyways, that's my background, so that's what's up. What are your nicknames? Well, I nursed until I was 4 years old, so my first nickname was Cassie Moo. Moo, you know, cows drink milk. My name is Cassie. Some people call me Cass. I like Cassie better. Cassandra. I like Cassandra better than Cassandra, but that's just me. People used to call me a fat cow in school. People used to call me Cassie Longlegs to tease me, because I was really tall and had acne. And people used to call me Pizza Face, and people used to call me Freak of Nature. So those were kind of nicknames, but they weren't good nicknames. So my nicknames are Cassie and Cass, and Casserole sometimes. But that's my name. When do I feel the prettiest? Well, that totally depends. I think that I feel the prettiest when I'm comfortable with myself. I feel the prettiest when I've had a great day. When I feel awesome, when everything's been going right. Yes, I can do my makeup and do my hair and put on a really cute outfit and some high heels and feel gorgeous. But I honestly feel the prettiest when I've woken up, I've had a healthy breakfast, I've had an amazing bath, with like bath salts and candles and stuff, and I've pet my cat and I've gone on a run before I took a bath and then got all the sweat off me, you know, but I feel fresh and invigorated, and it's a sunny day and the sun is out, and I decide to get in a swimsuit and go to the beach. I don't know, I feel the best when I feel confident and happy about myself and everything in the day is going wonderful. And I don't know why that is. I do definitely feel pretty when I get all dressed up, but I think that I feel the prettiest when life is just awesome. And I don't know about you guys, but that's just me, I guess. When everything goes right, when everything you wanted to have happened. You know, when you got that deal you were looking for, that modeling gig, and when you got an A on your school homework, and you know, when your uncle's flying home from Alaska, like you just hear a bunch of things that are great in the day. Just it turns out awesome. And if you should go shoe shopping. You guys know Diamonds and Heels 14. I love shoes. I have a thing where if I'm happy and if I'm so excited, I go out and celebrate by buying shoes. And if I'm sad and if I'm depressed and if I'm under a lot of emotional stress, I go out and I buy shoes and I feel better. So shoes also make me feel very, very pretty. 4, what is your ethnicity? Do you have an accent? I guess we already kind of talked about the ethnicity. Do I have an accent? Everyone says I have a Minnesotan accent because I say bag, bagel, magazine, bagger. No one in my family is from Minnesota. I traveled to Minnesota when I was like 3 and we were there for like 2 days. I think my mom has a Minnesotan accent, but she has only been there the first time that I was there for like that 2 days. So I don't know where I got this Minnesotan accent, but apparently I sound like a Minnesotan because I say bag, bagel, flag. And apparently it's like supposed to be bagel, or bagel, bagel, or whatever. You people who can pronounce it, I'm jealous of you, but apparently I have a Minnesotan accent. Are you a Victoria's Secret shopper? Kinda, sorta, not really. If I need one of those bras that's gonna, like, you know, make your boobies 10 times bigger than they naturally are, then yes, I'll go there. And I love the lip glosses from Beauty Rush. But other than that, I'm not a huge Victoria's Secret shopper. I've been getting into Victoria's Secret beauty a ton more. Past 2 months, I've actually been going to Victoria's Secret for the beauty section, for the makeup, for the cosmetics. That's what I love. But as far as everything else, I've never really been interested in it. All the girls that used to tease me used to wear like the pink stuff, and I always didn't like pink. So I was like, wasn't my thing. But to answer that question, because usually I think Victoria's Secret underwear, you know, and if I'm gonna buy underwear, I like to buy mine from Nordstrom because they have really comfortable brands that don't like constrict my body and that don't like, you know, hike up and show everywhere. But they're very, very comfortable. They don't show. And then there's also some from like DKNY or Dolce & Gabbana that are just really, really cute, feminine things that nobody has to see them, but you just feel good when you're wearing something really, really pretty or feminine that's not pink. But Victoria's Secret wasn't that for me. It was more like polka dots and stuff like that. I don't know, I've never really been into it, but recently I've been getting into a bit more of the beauty side. What else? Who is my favorite makeup guru? Now, does that mean makeup guru like in all life or on YouTube? That's actually really tough for me because I have a ton of favorite beauty gurus here on YouTube because you guys know that I watch YouTube all the time. And if we're talking makeup, then that's obviously not style or fashion. What is her name? Oh God. I'm totally blanking on these names. My favorite makeup guru would probably have to be Josh Collar, MUA, just because he's very detailed in his reviews, he's very honest, he's very straightforward and cut. When it comes to beauty gurus, I definitely prefer other beauty gurus, but when it comes to actual makeup, I love Josh Collar. He goes into the ingredients, very scientifical, technological, explains it to me in a way that I understand. He's a makeup artist for Hourglass Cosmetics, and I love that line, and I'm happy that he supports a brand that's not poopy. You know what I mean? So I support him. I really love him for makeup. Also, Mischievous. That's what her name is. She's from Germany. She does tutorials in German and English. She's really awesome. She does some amazing eye looks. And then there's Queen of Blending, MUA. I don't watch all of her videos, but whew, she knows how to play with color. Those are probably some of my favorite makeup gurus. Do I like getting mail? Oh my God, I love getting mail. Mail comes down the driveway. We buzz them in and everything. Oh my God, I open up these packages. It's like my birthday and Christmas, only it's not my birthday and Christmas, it's a Tuesday, you know what I mean? Or a Wednesday or a Friday or whatever day it is. And you open up the box and you're like, oh my God, what could be in it? Could it be something that I bought? Could it be something someone's sending it to me? And you could read the little label, but that totally gives it away, so I don't do that. And I sit there and I don't use scissors because that makes it so much faster. I do it with my hands so that I'm like, struggling to get it open. It just builds up the anticipation in me, and then I open it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so excited, it's a blank. Like I was looking for a blank or waiting for a blank, or oh my God, I wasn't expecting a blank, but I got a blank. I love mail. I think that it's delicious. And I even love junk mail because my name, people find ways to spell it like the weirdest ways. We've had Bankson with an L. Like, whatever. I've gotten Blankson. I got Banksandi once, which was really weird. It had like an I at the end. It's really fun to get junk mail. And then also sometimes the junk mail, like the catalogs from Nordstrom, you can look through and you can be like, oh my God, that's so pretty, I want to buy it. And then you're never going to buy it, but you look at it. It's really pretty and I like that. What do I do for a living? I am a student and I am a model. Most of my money I make from modeling, and I have like a little modeling business where I try to help other models, which I make money off of. And then I'm just a student and I chill out on YouTube on my living room floor. So that's what I do. Sometimes I babysit and I do tutor children, which is a little bit of side income for me. I like to tutor them in like music, I'm not really good at math. I'll tutor like young students in math, but a lot of English and a little bit of history. I don't like history, but I tutor them in world history, and it's pretty good because you can make some decent money doing that. What are your top favorite movies? Oh my God, do not ask me this. I was never a movie watcher until my boyfriend. My boyfriend's Indian, so he watches like every movie in the world. The only movie that I can say right now are the ones I've recently seen, but Men in Black 3, it totally kept me on the edge of my seat. I love the Men in Black series, but I love so many movies. As long as it's not a chick flick, and I like horror movies, I just don't like the blood and guts horror movies. Same with action, I love action movies. Oh my God, I love you, James Bond! I love James Bond. I just don't like action movies like all bloody and oh my God, his guts fell out of his face. Like, that's really gross. but I don't like chick flicks either. But other than that, I like movies. Do I like marshmallows? Oh my god, marshmallows remind me of s'mores. Now, hi Snugglepuff. Now, when I was a child, we used to eat marshmallows every single time the power outage went out. And when I was a child, we used to make s'mores, and when I was a child, I used to throw the marshmallows into the little fire, and they would like, blah, 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 and they'd like morph into each other. Trust me, if you guys ever have thrown marshmallows into a fire, they like morph into each other like little monsters. They're like, blah, blah, blah. And I loved doing that. Do I actually enjoy eating them? I used to enjoy eating them more than I do now, because now they're just chewy, and I'm not too into them. My food, unless it's salad or unless it's dessert like ice cream, I like my food warm. I like my sandwiches and paninis warm. I like my pasta warm. I like my soup warm. I like my omelets warm. Everything that I eat is just warm. I just like it better that way. And marshmallows, I don't know. When they're warm, they're better, but I don't really know. If they're not actually fire roasted, I don't really think I do. Because otherwise they're just too chewy for me. Ew. How do I stay healthy and fit? Well, I have an exercise routine, so if you really want, you can go check that out. But generally, I like to hike. I do watch what I eat. As a model, you kind of have to be conscious. I don't sit there and be like, oh my god, this has 5 calories in it, or 500 calories in it, or however much a freaking, I don't know, donut has in it. But I will be like, hey, the donut wasn't around when Adam and Eve were chilling and when, you know, cavemen were walking, so why should it be in my body? Obviously, grass and apples and grains were around with the cavemen and Adam and Eve, so if they ate it, and if I'm technically a, like, descendant of theirs in some way of multiple millions of years, then yeah, I should be able to eat what they ate because it's natural for their bodies. So anyways, that's what's up. I just try to exercise every day. I take my mother goose out on walks. She's a little bit heavier, so she likes to go on walks with me, and I like to walk, and I love to hike, and I love to horseback ride, and I love to do yoga, and I love to swim. And it's not as much exercise. It's like, I enjoy water skiing, I enjoy hiking, let's go do it. And while I'm doing these things I'm loving, I'm exercising as well. So it's like my hobbies are my activities, if that makes sense. What are my favorite foods? Ooh, that's hard. I love cheese, but it wasn't around super long, so I don't like to eat it. Also, there's a theory that dairy may cause acne and it might cause cancer, so I really try to avoid it, but I love cheese, and oh my god, I love ice cream. You guys know I love ice cream, but that's not too healthy either. Oh my god, some of my favorite foods, I love berries. Berries are to die for. I love kettle corn, even though it has all that sugar on it, it's probably not the best thing. I love bindi. Indian bindi. It's like orca ladyfingers, and they put like onions and tomatoes and spices. Oh my god, it makes my mouth water. And then Vietnamese pung hao soup. I don't know what it's called. Pung chow. I don't know. Pung something. It is the most delicious soup. They have raw cuts of like steak beef, and then they pour the water onto it, so it cooks the beef in the soup. It's not like they cook it in a pot and then serve it to you. They put it and then they actually pour the water on, and the boiling water cooks this stuff in front of you. Then they put onions in there, and then you put bean sprouts in there, and then you put cilantro chilies in there. Cilantro and chilies. It is so delicious. Those are some of my favorite foods. I like a lot of foods. I like a lot of foods, so it just works. I like apples too. What are my major goals in life? Ooh, that's exciting. I have a ton of goals, and I have like 1-year goals and 2-year goals and 5-year goals and 10-year goals and 20-year goals. I know that my New Year's resolution this year was to travel a bit more, whether it was like to Europe again or whether it was like to, you know, down south something. I don't really know. But one of my goals for this year is to go to Tahiti for my birthday in November. I've always wanted to go to Tahiti. I've never had the chance. It's on both of my parents' bucket lists. So I was hoping of being like, hey mom and dad, you know, trying to get them to come with me or something, but I want to go to Tahiti. That's one of my goals for this year. Another one of my goals is that I really want to, for like life, is that I really want to help people. I want a career in which I can really reach out to people and help them. As of right now, I'm studying to do medical because I really do want to help people, and I think that being a dermatologist or being in the medical field will not only give me the knowledge but the credentials to help people. But, you know, having a talk show would be fun too, and we could just sit here and talk about cats who lick their butts. You know, that would be really fun. But overall, my main goal in life is that I want to help people, and I really want people to feel loved and amazing no matter who they are and where they are. Another one of my goals, a 5-year goal, I want to build my own house. I don't just want to be like, I'm going to buy a house, even though that's probably more practical and cheaper. I want to save up my money and I want to build it exactly the way I want it, because I have like a dream house and it's like planned out like this, and it's got like waterfalls and everything, and it's got a moat, and there's going to be alligators in it, and I'm dead serious. I really want that really bad. And it's going to be like a medieval style. Like if you guys have seen my room, I decorated myself. It's like, you know, I redid the carpets, I put chandeliers in there, and it's very, very antique inspired, Indian inspired, and Victorian inspired. And those are just things that I love, so I would decorate my whole house like that. I would just feel so cool. What's one thing I would change from my past? I did a video on past regrets, and I don't exactly want to talk about all the details, but there are things that I really regretted doing, and at the time, it was, I guess, something I wanted. I was kind of blindsided, which is no excuse. But then I also, at the time, there was another thing that I did. It was what I wanted at that time. So I don't know if I should regret it either, because as terrible as it was, as terrible as many things were, I did learn from them. And without those experiences, I would not be the person that I am today. So I do regret them, but what would I change from my past? I wouldn't be friends with the people that drank at that age when I was really young, because a lot of my best friends died because of alcohol, and that's why I'm so against it now and why I won't drink it, because I've seen what it's done to my friends and my family members personally, and that's just really hard for me. So I wish that I wouldn't have been friends with them, because as much as that friendship taught me, like, that was a lot to go through. And then another thing, I have been in abusive relationships in the past, and without those relationships, I wouldn't know what love is. I wouldn't know how amazing life can be now that I wouldn't know what to look for in a man, and I wouldn't have found my boyfriend without those past abusive relationships. But that is something that I really regret staying in and even getting into. And then there was a lot of family drama that was around the time that one of my younger sibling was kind of involved with this alcohol thing, and I distanced myself from the family because I said, I cannot handle this drinking. I've already seen what drinking does to people. You know, he's all strung out, he's in therapy and stuff, and I just couldn't handle it. So I was just like, I'm out of here. And I do regret, you know, a lot of things I said and a lot of things I did, but at the same time, at that time, it's what I wanted, and I definitely learned from those experiences. And then also there was like modeling stuff that I regret, kind of blindsided, kind of pushed into situations that, I don't know. I was young at the time, that is no excuse, but I did learn from the things, and I'm trying to push forward and especially help people who might be in the same situation. So that's kind of hard for me, but that is something I regret from my past. Do I have any phobias? If so, what? I don't have extreme phobias, but I'm always afraid, like, I don't know, I'm always afraid of spiders. I think that they're very, very, I don't know, I don't like them at all. I scream. My dad slaps at them with brooms and I freak out and my camera battery's dying. What are some of my major phobias? I think that I have fears that, like, I'm not afraid of earthquakes, but I have a fear that, like, the earth is going to split open and the house is going to fall in, and, you know, we're going to lose everything, and that I'm going to be stuck underground and, like, I can't do anything, and no one will be able to save me because the whole world will be tremoring. I don't know. I don't have a ton of worries because I personally am Christian. I personally believe in God, so I don't really worry about much because I think He's got me and everything's going to be fine. But those are spiders and dying in an earthquake are two things that kind of freak me out. And then San Francisco had a huge earthquake in like 1906 earthquake, so I'm always afraid of that repeating itself. Are you married, engaged, or other? No, I have a boyfriend that I've been with a really, really long time whom I love to death, but no, I am not married or engaged. Another question. A lot of people ask me, do I live with my parents or do I live alone? I do live with my parents, but I actually pay for my own section because I am over 18, so I could have left, but I decided to stay and pay, which is kind of cool, but I love being around my mother goose and my dad and everything, so it works. And then what's nice is that I have my own space. I get to decorate it the way I want. I am in total control of it, so it's like having an apartment. It's basically having an apartment, I guess you could say, but my boyfriend does not live with me. He lives hours away. And I guess I'm single, but I'm in a relationship, so does that make me single? I'm in a relationship, but not married, basically. What is my dream job? Oh my god, that's really hard. I would want to play with dolphins. I don't know what my dream job would be. I'm kind of living it right now, modeling. Modeling isn't as glamorous as I had always thought it would be, but it's always something I wanted to do, and it was a dream of mine. So I guess it's like a dream job, but if I could change it to anything, I would want to be Oprah. Oh yeah, I would want to be Oprah. She helps people, she's awesome, she has a talk show, she can talk about cats licking their butts. That would be super spiffy. I have to hurry because my camera battery's dying. Do I have any talents? What are they? Oh my god. Well, I can back bend things. Like, I can do the back bend and be super spiffy. I can run really fast. I can play piano. I don't know. It depends on what your definition of talent is. Do I have any children? Will I? I do not have any children except for Mr. Boo Boo there. He's my Schnucklepuff cat. Will I? Probably. I don't know how many. Not 34, but not just one. Maybe just one. I don't know. I don't want to have kids until I'm a little bit older, much older. Not like, you know, super old, but enough so that they're healthy and stuff. But I haven't given that a ton of thought yet. Can I sing? Can you sing a little song? Oh boy. Well, my camera battery's dying, so why don't we save that for another video. I will link you to a video that's like Justin Bieber cat, where I sing about my Schnucklepuff there. That isn't real singing, that's like fake singing where I'm just trying to be funny, so that's like fake singing where my voice is really icky. So I'll sing for you guys in another time. I used to do singing competitions, but no more. How was your school life in high school? Absolutely miserable. You guys know I left school to graduate 2 years early because I was bullied and I could not stand the kids there. Do I live in New York? No, actually. Where do I live, as in what state? I live in California, but I would love to live in New York. Either California or New York, I think, are some of the best places. Granted, I haven't been able to see a lot of the other states, so maybe they're better and I just don't know, because I think I've been to almost all 50 United States. Only when I went, I was very, very young, because my parents and I traveled when I was a kid, and we went to like all 50 states, or at least they did, and then I tagged along for some of them. But I don't really remember them that much, so I love New York and I love California. There might be another state, I don't know. Where do I buy makeup? Anywhere that sells makeup. Woo! Anything that looks pretty. How old are you? I'm 19 and I can't wait for my birthday. I can't believe I'm 19. I remember being 14 and thinking that I wish I was 16. What do I think of tag videos? I think they're super duper spiffy and I like them a lot, and I even like watching them more than I like doing them, because when I can watch your videos I feel like I know you guys even better, which is why you need to do this tag video and leave it as a video response, because this tag video is already 30 minutes long and I'm gonna go. There was your song. It was like a one-word song. How about that? Anyways, I love you guys so much. I will link some super spiffy link-a-dinks over here, the ones that I talked to you about with the Justin Bieber cat and with another tag video. Like, I'll just link some stuff here. But I love you guys so much. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I cannot wait to see your responses. So, sorry this is a million hours long, and I'm sorry I'm wearing pink, even though it probably doesn't bother people as much as it bothers moi. So, I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you all in the next video where I will not be wearing pink. Love you guys. Bye.